Good morning and welcome back. It's a beautiful morning in Hawaii, and we're going to be doing a 3,000 mile update on the Rough Country 3.5-inch leveling kit on the 2007 Silverado. Some time since we've been there, so I need a little bit of exercise. So on the way, we're going to talk a little bit about the 3.5-inch leveling kit from Rough Country. Again, the truck has done just over 3,000 miles with the leveling kit on, and we're going to showcase a little bit of, the update on the upper ball joints on the front end, as well as, talk a little bit about the rear blocks on the rear axle. The initial review on the leveling kit you can see on my channel. I'll put a link in the description below. It was one of the first videos that we did, and that was a few months ago. That being said, the truck isn't driven on a daily basis. It does sit in the garage a lot. I do have a company car I use day to day, but we've now clicked over the 3,000 mile mark. That being said, I wanted to showcase an update of, updates on how the suspension is doing. Again, if you've seen the video previously, you could tell that the upper ball joints seem pretty stressed. A lot of the suspension components were, for lack of a better words, maxed out. That being said, the truck's still running on all four wheels. Nothing has fallen off of it, which is a great thing. And this is my favorite part of the drive, so I'm gonna be a child. Overpass. I'm a child. Alright, so this is something interesting. Emergency alert, ballistic missile threat. Inbound to Hawaii, and everyone is driving like maniacs. So that emergency alert actually just came in as soon as I pulled into the gym. There's always been rumors about North Korea shooting missiles and Hawaii being a threat. I'm just gonna leave the camera running for now. So that played out for a very interesting morning. The person in charge pushed the wrong button. How do you push a wrong button to alert 1.4 million people that there's a freaking missile coming for you and to take shelter? A wrong button. I can't send an email without an alert popping up saying, "Are you sure you want to send this email?" So what you're saying is someone can push a button to alert 1.4 million people that they're, you know, probably about to die. But anyways, that turned out for a very interesting morning. We're now going to continue with the review of the leveling kit. So I figured I started the video, might as well finish it and get it up on the channel, because I know a few are asking about it or waiting on the update. Now what has also hit that 3,000 mile mark is the wheel and tire setup we have on the truck. If you don't remember, or if you haven't seen the video, go and check it out. I'll put the link in the description below. We have the Toyo Open Country RTs with the Moto Metal 962s with a negative 24 offset. That being said, the tires, talking about the tires, they're absolutely wonderful. I was kind of skeptical when I first got them, expecting a lot of road noise, expecting a lot of humming going down the highway. The RT of those open countries, or the Toyo Open Countries, is that happy medium, or that Goldilocks of the three. There's an all-terrain, there's a mud terrain, and right perfect dead center is that rough terrain. It gives you that aggressive look. You get nice aggressive tread on the tires, but you don't get the road noise. You go to all terrains, the tires look really girly. I don't like them at all. The mud terrains are a little much. I love the way they look, but it would be miserable cruising down the highway, cruising on the roads constantly. And I just really don't need that tread. So the rough terrain, I took a gamble going with them, and I absolutely love them. Highly, highly recommend them. The size we have on the truck, the tires themselves are 33 inches tall. Now, when I was purchasing this setup, I was 90% sure these would fit. They fit perfect. They're 12.5 inches wide, 33 inches tall. And here they are. Open Country Toyo RT, 33 by 12.5, and then this is an 18-inch rim. Again, this is the Moto Metal 962 with a negative 24 offset. And looking more closely at the tread, again, you get that nice aggressive looking tread, the real deep channels. Absolutely love it. But what's nice, the way they designed this, down the middle, as you cruise down the road or cruise down the highway, there's always a contact point with the pavement, which prevents that loud road noise or that loud hum that you hear from most, you know, big trucks cruising down the highway. Absolutely love the tires, absolutely love the wheels, love the stance. And this is just the perfect setup for me at this time. Into further detail on the rough country leveling kit. Again, this is the 3.5-inch leveling kit. It is simply that spacer that sits on top of the stock struts. Everything else, suspension-wise, is still stock. Stock springs, stock shocks, upper control arms, lower control arms, torsion bar. Everything in here is stock besides that spacer there. That being said, since it is still stock, we are getting that steep angle on that upper ball joint. And then also kind of an unfriendly angle there on the torsion bar. This is somewhat, I would say, overextended, as you can see there. But here's the good news. It's been 3,000 miles. I would say 95% of that 3,000 miles have been relatively highway or good road driving. The reason I say that is if you use your truck in any extreme form or fashion, if you go off roads, if you go four-wheeling, if you spend a lot of time on dirts and trails, this kit is not for you. Do not purchase it. It is not a performance modification of any kind, and you will damage your truck. Because if you look here with all the stock parts bolted back up after that spacer's in there, everything is at extreme angles. Looking at that upper ball joint, the torsion bar, everything is extended out to the max. Even when the alignment was done, as you can see there, that alignment pin is maxed out completely. So the angles are unfriendly. You will damage your truck if you hit some serious bumps and do some serious off-roading. Now, for my situation, where I live, this truck is extremely pampered. It spends, 99% of its time cooped up in the garage. I like to get it out every once in a while and just go drive it around, but most of that driving is spent on normal roads, on normal highways. It doesn't see much off-roading. So this is safe to say this is okay for me at this point. Again, this is temporary. I'm looking to eventually get a real performance suspension lift, looking at about 6 inches. But this gives me what I want right now. It gets me that offset. I get the bigger tires, wider wheels, more aggressive stance. It just looks all over better, but that's it. It looks better. It does not perform better. Handling is much more rough. You can tell the front end is somewhat unsteady in a sense of hitting, you know, potholes and bumps. It's much more stiff. When you turn, the truck just doesn't seem as it was obviously when it was stock, because it's not stock. Let's talk about the rear end now. Now, the kit comes with these Rough Country N2.0 shocks, which are nice. They replaced my stock ones, so of course they feel great. Now, the rear end lift. This is the hot topic of my first video, giving the review on these, and it was all associated around there. Do not stack blocks. I've gotten numerous comments on that, and you know what? They're probably right. You're not supposed to be stacking blocks on the rear end. And because of those comments, I actually did some deeper research on this, and I'm almost certain they gave me the wrong rear blocks. The kit was supposed to come with 3-inch blocks, or a 3-inch spacer to sit on that spring plate. Now the problem is, that ain't 3 inches. If you add this stock block and then this Rough Country block together, that's your 3 inches. So that was my mistake that I made installing this, assuming that was the 3 inches we were looking for. Now this is my problems. Besides that, what I've done modification wise, you can probably see I've painted the interior fender wells a flat black. Now stock wise, there's supposedly same color as the body, but over time with all the rock chips, mud, dirt, whatever it is, the paint fades very quickly, so it looked like absolute crap. So what I've done, painted that flat black, so when you get it from a side look, it looks pretty clean. It makes the truck look, you know, like it's fresh from the factory. It's not, it's 10 years old. But it's a nice little touch. It cost me, you know, a rattle can. So looking at the front end from a different angle now, this was one of the hot topics of the first video I did, was the condition of the upper ball joints after, you know, X amount of miles. Again, we've traveled over 3,000 now, and this is the current condition of those upper ball joints. The angle is still extremely steep. The angle is still absolute crap. I don't enjoy that, but they are still in one piece. Surprise, surprise. So much rice. All right, so the last topic we're going to talk about is offset. The wheel and tire setup, once again, the Moto Metal 962 is a -24 offset. It gives you that much offset outside the fender, looking directly from over the top. You get about, you know, 3/4 of an inch of tread outside your fender on the front end. Now let's say a solid full inch on the rear. Now the reason I bring that up, the amount of tread, or how far the tire sticks out from the front and how far the tire sticks out from the rear, are different. Now the reason is simply geometry. Everything under here is still stock. Upper control arms are the same length as they were before, meaning they're wanting to pull further inside, and they're stretched out. Doing that pulls the tire a little bit inward, which gives you a little less offset from the outside of the fender on the front versus the rear. Again, as you can see there, there's the rear. And the front. Not a whole lot of difference, but if you look close, you will see the difference. I just wanted to showcase that. So I'll shut up now and just simply do a walk around of the truck so you can take a look. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was some help of anybody looking at this rough country leveling kit and or, you know, the tire setup or even the Moto metal wheels. Disclaimer, I am by no means any mechanic, nor do I have any professional training in that regard. I am simply one of those do-it-yourselfers that hate paying people to do things. So I'll typically tackle it myself. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. We are a relatively new YouTube channel, and as you know, more and more video views come through, more and more subscribers, I can spend more time on videos like this. And it'll also allow me to dig deeper in my piggy bank. This has been a very interesting day so far, with starting off the day with a potential missile strike on the islands of Hawaii. And lastly, the 3.5-inch spacers and the current condition of my suspension after 3,000 miles of driving. If you have any questions, comment below. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Aloha.